Hello dear viewers, welcome to our new video, Microsoft Excel exercise 5. So in this exercise we are going to key in this information into the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet program. Then afterwards we'll be able to do the questions that are provided for this particular question. So we are going to start by opening our program, which is Microsoft Excel, this one here, but I have already typed this information, so I click the program, so you can see that we have that information. So after you type your information, we can now be able to highlight from cell A1 up to I, then I highlight coming downwards up to number 16. So I select from A to I, then from number 1 to 16 coming downwards, then I click on the borders and I choose all borders. So after I apply all borders, I'll now be able to highlight from A1 to H to I1, then I apply merge and center so that this particular text here would be centered. Then from A2 to I2 I highlight again and I apply merge and center so that they will be at the center of that particular margin. Then I'll click number 4. You can see that we have, for example, we check on this, the item, the number comes down, the unit price, the price is below the unit, the price increase, the increase is below the price, and so forth. So for us, we need to apply what we call wrap text. So you click on the row 4 where you have typed your information, then you click under the wrap text. When we click wrap text, it means that we make all the content visible within a cell by displaying it on multiple lines. So I click wrap text and you can see that it has given us some space. So for example, the F4, it has spaced 3 lines, so I can come between F and G, I long press, then I space a little bit so that we may be able to have those values. Then I can highlight all the endings from number 1 to number 4, then I bold them. I click bold that they may be bolded. I can come downwards, I can highlight this information here, I also bold it, then I can come downwards, I can select this area from B18 to C24, then I click on borders and I apply all borders. So after that I select B18 to C18 and I apply merge and center. I can bold it, then I can space a little bit the C. I click under the price increase and I apply wrap text so that it will be able to give us some space. Then I can bold the titles. So after that we have now our information. Now we will go to our first question. So you'll allow me to go to the first question. So number 1 says that we create the worksheet shown above and we rename it as NTU. So we have already done that. So to rename, you right click under sheet 1, then you click rename, then you type the one NTU. So you just type the one NTU and bold it, NTU. So we have renamed the sheet 1 here. We had sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So we have typed our work under the worksheet sheet 1. So we have renamed it as NTU. So after renaming, we go to the second formula, to the second question, which says format column F to percentage type. We format column F to percentage type. So I go back to our program. You right click under the F, under the column F, then we click format cells. We click format cells. So we are told to format column F to percentage type. So when you click format cells, you now choose percentage because they say we format to percentage type. Then since we are not given the decimal places, we assume they are 0 decimal places. So you click the percentage, then you put 0 decimal places, and we press OK. So we have formatted the column F. So all the values that will be calculated under this particular column, they will be in percent. So after that, we'll go to the next question, number 3, which says find the price increase depending on the type. We find the price increase depending on the type. So I'll go back to our program. This under the column here we have the types. These are the types, and down here we have the criteria which has been used. This one here, for example, if the first type is C, then the price increase should be 25%. If the type is J, then we should have 40%. If the type is K, then we should have the price increase which is 35%. And if the type is M, it should give us 25%. If the type is O, it should give us 20%. So having looked at that, we say equal sign. So we are going to use the if function for us to get the values or the price increase for all the types which are provided. So we say if, we open the brackets, I click on the first type here, which is M. So we say if M, which is represented by cell E5, column E, row 5. So the E5 represents this particular type here, which is type M. So we say if M is equals to, you apply the dollar sign, you apply the quotation marks, which is for the value that we need to replace it with. So if E5 is equals to C, the first type under the criteria is C. So if E5 is equals to C, comma, it should give us a output which is 25%, comma. Again we write if, we open the brackets, we click this type again, which is state hem. If again hem is equals to the next type, which is J, quotation marks, comma, then it should give us an output which is 40%. Again if, we click the hem again, is equals to, we open the bracket. If M is equals to the next one, we apply the dollar sign. After J we have C, we have K. So if M is equals to K, then the output should be that 5%, comma. If we open the brackets, we click on the type which is M, we say is equals to the next one, which is M, we write M, then now the output should be 25%. Again we say if, we open the brackets and we click on that first type which is M, is equals to O, you just write that, then the output should be 20%. So the first one we said that if E5 is equals to C, so if M is equals to C, the output that you should have is 25%. If this type here is J, then it should give us 40%. If this type here is K, it should give us that 5%. If it is M, it should give us 25%. And if it is O, it should give us 20%. So after writing the formula, we have opened brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we close the brackets 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we close the bracket 5 times and we press enter, and you can see that we have 25% as the price increase. So the type M gives us 25%. So after inserting the formula, we are going to copy this formula and drag it down to the other cells. So you just right click that particular formula, you click copy, and you highlight the cells where you want to paste that particular formula. You just right click and you click on paste. So you can see if the type is M, it gives us 25%. If the type is O, the value is 20%. If it is M, it is 25%. If it is C, it gives us 25%. If it is K, it gives us 35%, J gives us 40%, and K gives us that 5%. So you should realize, when you look down here, we have the percentage price. This is the criteria that we have used. The C represents 25, J 40%, K 35, M 25%, and O 20%. So when writing the formula, we were referring on that criteria that was provided. So you just choose the criteria and then you come up with the formula. So this is the formula. If E5 is equals to C, like that, to all the cells. So when you get one of the answer of the first cell, you just copy down the formula to the other cells and you'll be able to get the exact value for each particular cell. So we'll go to the next question. Question number 4, whereby it says find the sale price given that, or where the sale price is equals to unit price times the price increase plus unit price. So for the sale price, we are already given an int whereby we are told to use the following instructions to calculate the sale price. So we'll simply go to our program and we write now the new formula, which is equals to, we open the brackets, then we click the unit price, which is 120, then we multiply by the price increase. The price increase here is 25%. We close the brackets, then we add the unit price. So we add the unit price. So it is unit price, we multiply by the price increase, then we add the price increase, then you click enter. So you can see that we have gotten a value which is 150. So after you get this answer, we just copy the formula, we highlight the cells below here, you right click and then we click paste. So we have gotten the sale price for each particular description. So we have the sale price, which is given by the unit price times price increase plus unit price. So you just make sure that you follow the instructions and you click the given values. So we'll go to the next question, which says number 5, find the warranty if unit price is greater than 10, then yes, and no if it is not. So we are going to use the if function because we are trying to find warranty if. So whenever you see the if, it means that you should use the if formula or the if function. So if unit price is greater than 10, so we go to our program, we say is equals, so we write if, we open our bracket, they say if the unit price is greater than 10. So we click on the unit price. So if unit price is greater than 10, so you write greater than 10, comma, it should give us an output which is yes. So you type yes, then we close the quotations, comma. If it is not yes, then the other output should be no. So you apply the quotation marks and you type no. Then we close the bracket. So if unit price is greater than 10, yes, and no if it is not. So you just write that, you click enter. After that, you just come to the corner here and you drag down the formula to the other cells. So you can see that, for example, this unit price here is 120, which is greater than 10. That is why we are given the warranty, which is yes. For example, the second one here, it has a unit price which is 5, and it says no because the 5 is less than 10. If it is more than 10, the values are yes, and if it is less than 10, then the output should be no. So after that, we'll go to our next question, which says find the total price, which is equals to the quantity times sale price. We find total price, which is equals to quantity times sale price. So we go back to our program, we write equal sign, we open the brackets, we click the quantity, then times the sale price, and we close the brackets, then we click enter. So after you get the answer for the first one, you simply drag down the answers to the rest. So the total price is the quantity times the sale price. Then we will go to our next question, which says calculate the total, the average, the highest and the lowest values as shown above. So I'll go back to our program. So you realize that we have the total here, we have the average, the highest and the lowest. So we can start by calculating the total. So you click under the cell where you want to find the total of that particular cells. Then you come under the auto sum, you click this arrow here and we choose sum, because total is sum of these values. So we highlight the values from 9 coming downwards up to 3 and you click enter. After that we calculate the average. So we go to auto sum and we pick average. After we pick average, we highlight from 9 to 3. So you highlight these values, then you click enter. After that we have the highest value. The highest value is the maximum value. So we go to auto sum and we choose the max. Max represents maximum or highest value. Then you highlight those values that you want to find the maximum value for. After you highlight them, you just click enter on your keyboard. Then we have the lowest value. You just go to auto sum. The lowest value is the minimum value, so we click the min. Then we highlight those particular values and we click enter. So after that, once we get the total for the quality or the quantity, we can be able to drag across the formula so that we may be able to copy it across the others. So just come at the corner here where you have the answer, we have the small plus, then you drag it across. After that we click the second formula on that cell, we come at the corner and we drag across that formula to the other cells. You come to the highest, you click at the corner and you drag across that formula to the other cells. You drag across that. Then we have the lowest value, you just drag across. After that you can see that the warranty, which are the letters and the types, they are giving us errors. So you just highlight those particular cells and you click delete on your keyboard. You also highlight this and you delete them, because the letters cannot have the total, average, highest and lowest values. So we only calculate whereby we have the fingers or the numbers. That is where we calculate the values. So having done the total, the average, highest and the lowest value, we will proceed to the next question, number 8. It says that we draw a pie chart between the type and the sale price. We draw a pie chart between types and sale price. Draw a pie chart between type and sale price. So we highlight the types. You begin from the titles, so you highlight the types up to K. Then you long press the control key under your keyboard. You long press control key. Then you highlight the sale price coming downwards. After that you can release the control key. Then you go to insert. You click on pie chart. We have different pie charts, so you can choose any of your choice. So I'll just pick the first one. After I apply the pie chart, I'll change the chart layout. So I click this arrow here under the chart layout, and this is the best layout to use when using the pie chart. So I click it so that it may be able to give us, if it is hem, it shows us that the hem has the value which is 150, the K which is 10.8 and so forth. So when you choose that particular chart layout, it will give us the exact values for each type. So you can just click on the white area and you can move your chart to wherever place you want to place it. So you can place it there. After that, we'll proceed to the next question. The next question, it says, in cell G18, find how many items which are cheaper than 100. In cell G18, find how many items which are cheaper than 100. So we go back to our program. You can see that we have this. These are the values on the G, and we have 6 which is less than 100, that is one value. We have 20 which is less than 100, those are 2. We have 9.8 which is less than 100, and we have 10 which is less than 100. So these are 4 figures which are less than 100. So what we do, we click on cell G18. We can apply the bonus. So we have G18 where the G means 18. Then we say equal sign. We write count if. So we want to write a formula that will count this particular cells. So when you write count if, you select those values from 150 to 10 for these distributions. So we highlight those values, then we put comma, so after you highlight, we write is equals count if. So we put the range that we want to select or that we want to use. Then now we write the criteria that we want the formula to follow. So quotation marks, we say that we want it to count the values which are less than 100. Then you close the quotations and you close the brackets. So you write count if, you select that range whereby you want to count, then you say less than 100 and you click enter. So you can see that that formula which is count if, it has counted the values under this range which we have selected, and there are only 4 values which are cheaper than 100 or which are less than 100. Having done that, we go to the final question which says in cell G19 find the total quantities which are greater than 20. In cell G19 we find the total quantities which are greater than 20. So we go back to our program. So these are the quantities. We need to calculate the sum or the total for the quantities which are greater than 20. So we have 25 which is more than 20, and we have 22 which is greater than 20. So when you want 25 plus 22, we get 47. Remember, addition means sum. So we go to cell G19, we write equal sign, then we write sum if. When you write the sum if, we now select the range that we want to calculate the sum for. So we come to the quantities, we select that range from 9 to 3. After you select the range, remember you first write sum if, then you select the range, then comma, we now give the criteria that we want it to use. The criteria is that it should sum the values which are more than 20. Then you close the brackets and you click enter. You can say that we have 47, whereby we say that we have the first value which is 25 and the other 22. 25 plus 22 we got 47. So in Excel it calculates automatically. So once you give it that instruction, it calculates the values automatically. So I click on this. This is a save button, and just save my work. So it says save the file with the file name Excel3, the next exam folder, and already saved my work. So I just click on the save button and our work is saved. So that is it. We are done with this question. I can move this here. Then just click save. You can just move it. So that is it. So we are done with this question. Thanks so much for watching this video, and remember to share the link to others so that they may be able to get more knowledge about the Excel spreadsheet. And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, like and comment. Thanks so much for watching our video.